All right. Hey, what's going on, internet? This is Bob over at Honest Barber here in Austin, Texas with my new buddy, Bob. It's going to be a good time. And we're going to do a haircut and beard trim. When was the last time you had your haircut?
Probably about 3 weeks ago.
Okay, so it's been pretty recent. All right.
Not quite 3 weeks.
We getting pretty radical today, or
No,
the classique?
We're looking at cleanup. And,
Perfect.
because I don't like hair near my ears.
Oh yes, but no white walls either.
No. And I like a little bit thinner on top. The sides are shorter than the top. And same with the beard. I like the sides shorter than the actual beard.
Yeah, you got the borderline Mr. Was it Colonel Sanders?
Oh.
By the genetics in the fam, I feel like you guys probably grow hair like right on cue for the time frame.
Yeah, I like it shorter than my son's. His hair is short now. A little bit shorter.
All right, well, let's dive in. Yeah, we'll talk about the beard. The haircut should be easy enough. It's funny because here at the shop, you know, it's the haircuts are like, hey, a little off the sides, a little off the top. But when it gets down to the beard, it's like, okay, time out.
I know on the beard, I do it two. She does a two.
Oh, this is Mama's haircut. This is
No, this is a lady barber.
Okay, yeah, that's your wife was still going at it.
She has done it all my life up till now.
Yeah, funny story. My mom's been cutting my dad's hair for same thing, 20-something years. And I was getting my barber's license, and I needed somebody to practice on. My dad's got pretty easy hair, but did not let me cut his hair. He was like, nah, your mom's been doing it. She's been doing a great job. And then I was already getting to that point where I could do some shaves. He's like, hey, Pops, let me give you a shave. And same thing, he turned me down. And not until I got my license did he give me a shot. And now he drives up from San Antonio to get a cut. Yeah, so you said it's been about 3 weeks. I went ahead and just went straight for a ½ inch, which is closer to a month worth of length off. So how many haircuts in front of the camera do you have at this point?
How many what?
Haircuts in front of the camera do you have at this point?
This is my second.
Oh, really? Okay. And yeah, the famous Mr. Mahesh.
I had it at the Beardbrand Alliance this year. Do it again next March. It's the next one.
Man, it feels like it was just yesterday, and now, yeah, they're ready for the next one. I heard it was a good turnout.
No, I enjoyed it. I'm coming back again.
Yeah, you get to hang out with those crazy guys over there. It sounds like a good time.
Yeah, it's good. Good bunch of people.
What I'm doing here is I'm just evening everything out. I like to give my clients a nice balanced haircut, give you guys options. So the day that you're feeling a little saucy and you want to maybe flip it the other way, or slick it back. You're pretty classic all the way through.
I am whatever you want to do. I am wide open.
Yeah, you do have great hair. You said the last time too is that as long as Mama approves, right?
Yeah, she's not here.
It's I think the statistic is like 92.6 of the haircuts that we do in the barbershop are for the significant other, mom, girlfriend, grandma.
Yeah.
That's a statistic I just made up, but it feels like that.
Yeah.
So you already have some really good lines. It didn't take too long to get through it. What I'm going to do next is do what's called the Roffler Barber. It's the Roffler technique, razor technique. Should help soften up some of this because you have a little bit of a cowlick right here. And then before I start digging into the sides, I want to make sure that it just lays down nicely. What happens is as we chop into our hair, the shorter stuff is the youngest stuff, so it's a little more stout. It will fight you. And what this technique does is essentially softens up the hair, kind of speeds up the process to relax it.
Okay.
Pop Raffler, good time barber back in the, if I'm not mistaken, 40s or 50s. Studied out in France, came back to the U.S. and wasn't satisfied with what they were doing out there, so went back to the drawing board and perfected this technique. If I'm not mistaken, it is the first patented barbering technique.
What's it called again?
The Raffler razor technique. I guess the best analogy is if you took like a switch off of a young tree and try to bend it, it would bend, but it would take some effort. But if you took like a buck knife and just tapped around the entire branch, it would flex much easier, but it would still have rigidity and the length. So yeah, this should help soften up your hair, because
Interesting. Never heard of that.
it is a bit of a dying art, and I got to give credit to Ron Brown over at the barber school I went to, Raffler. They still teach it. And, so yeah, you're not dragging it, because that's what he noticed, that when you're doing women's hair, it's a lot longer and you want some volume out of it. So when you drag shears like the scissor over a balloon ribbon, it'll curl back up. So on men's hair, where it's much more precise and short, you don't want those frizzes. So this instead is more of a tap, and I'm still taking off hair, but it's much less aggressive than just chopping into it with thinning shears or. Hey, what's going on, Drew? As hair hangs out on your head, it's exposed to the elements. You know, you wash it, you comb it, you put a hat on it, you sleep on it, and essentially it sands it down. So at the end of the hair, it's really soft and flexible. But like I said, since us men cut our hair so frequently, we never get to that point. So this speeds up the process without being too aggressive. And it's really good for those stubborn areas like those cowlicks, because there's lots of really amazing razor techniques that add texture and are really aggressive. But this is just one of those polishing techniques that just smooths out the hair ever so slightly. Like I said, I'm still taking off hair, but it's just, it stays together. It doesn't like jump off of itself. It's
My wife would have loved to have seen this.
Yeah, she can add it to her arsenal.
Yeah.
So much like our buddy Mahesh, I'm digging in here with the number 2. It's a very classically short length, aggressive without being heavy-handed. 50 years. I bet you have all kinds of solid tips.
Well, probably what's most interesting are our kids, including Eric.
What's Eric is the oldest, the youngest, the middle?
He is the youngest.
Explains a lot. No, it's I'm the oldest of 3, and I have and it's interesting how same house, same rules, same era, and we all grew up completely different. Yeah, there's no secret that I'm my mom's favorites, and my dad loves my sister over all of us. But my brother, man, my baby brother, he's the much like Eric, I'm pretty sure he's just like everyone's favorite over. He's not their favorite, but everyone's favorite.
No, they're certainly 3 different personalities.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Unfortunately, one lives in North Carolina, one's in Illinois, and one here in Texas.
That's a pretty big gas bill, then, I'm guessing.
Plane fares.
Oh yeah.
Are you from San Antonio? Is that right?
Yes, sir. Born in San Antonio, grew up down on the border in Laredo, Texas, and went to school up in Dallas for a little bit. Finished up in San Antonio, and been in Austin for getting close to 7 years now. And so every major city on I-35 except for Waco, because let's face it, that doesn't count. So started out with the number 2 at the bottom. Worked it up into just a little bit of clipper over comb. I wanted to make sure that you had a little bit to brush down, but that being that you have that hair that sprouts out a little bit as it gets shorter, wanted to make sure you had just enough weight to keep it down so it doesn't bug you too much. You know, I've talked about this before in my last video. I was cutting my buddy Richard's hair, and he's a wise gentleman, and I take it easy on cleaning up this neckline, and I don't like it to be too aggressive. Just follow that natural hairline and keep it nice and soft. Now that your hair's drying off a little bit, it'll start to spruce up, and I can see some of the spots that might need a little more dressing. And
Well, you are spoiling me here.
I intend to get you back here.
Put a plug in for my regular barber, Catherine.
Hey, Catherine. I hope I don't leave you with too much work to fix later on. Now, it's always interesting to see people's haircuts come from other stylists, other barbers. There's a million ways to skin a cat, so that's what I really enjoy about this profession, is that it's the same person, but it's a different haircut every time. Maybe it's a little shorter, maybe it's a little longer. They slept on it that day, wore a hat. Style has changed. I mean, classic is classic, but it's always fun to just add a different take every once in a while. Yeah, one of my buddies, Darren, he was in here today. As a matter of fact, he's a big fan of Beardbrand, and he's a military guy, works in construction these days, and he's used to getting a super tight haircut. And but as of right now, he's got the long flowing locks with the curls and everything, big old beard, and that's a lot of fun to work on. I'm sure as it gets warmer, we'll chop it all down back to skin fade, and those are the clients that I have a lot of fun with, just the adventurous guys.
Well, I did that when I got out of the military. I grew a big long red beard, just like this other guy I know.
I'd have never guessed. So what I'm looking for right now is as I look at it from the profile, where this, I like to see the front of the beard be the longest portion of. So what I'm looking for is this portion where it hits the neck. And I usually tell guys that I want to have it land right above the Adam's apple.
Okay.
And so we'll take that up just a smidge. Tuck in the sideburns, and usually that's all you really have to do to most beards to make them look intentional. But it's, you've got that beard growing magic, so something in those products, I tell you.
I like it.
Yeah, tucking in this little section right here on the neck gives the beard a bit more dimension. Making it even look longer than it maybe might be. Just working those angles, improve the illusion. What is your classic beard regiment in the mornings?
Let's see, after a shower, first I put sea salt spray in my hair. Really like that.
Yes.
That's good for
that lighter texture. Give it a little.
get a little more control.
I
like
dig it.
and able to style or shape it a bit. I shouldn't say style. And then I'll put on either every day I alternate between the beard oil or the beard softener. So I use both products alternately.
You seem to be working. So he sharpens up that jaw compared to where it starts to.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
That alone right there, I feel is so pivotal in just keeping a beard.
Yeah.
Like doing the thing that it's supposed to enhance the face. So following that jawline, tucking it under the chin. It's gonna really make the beard look intentional, and I know that whenever I'm growing a beard, sometimes it'll start to grow into my eyes or a little out of whack, and it's like, oh man, Bob's being a lazy bum again, or you just tighten up those areas and you're good to go. Yeah, I know that you've been doing some work to this beard because the clipper is just cutting through it like butter. Usually, if it's a little more dry, it's a little glassier, so it'll just like the hair will just explode. But this is really nice. So this is the part where I don't ask you any questions, because if I do and you answer, that's when we're gonna go clean shaven or down to a goatee. Yeah, I totally understand for getting the mustache out of the mouth right now. It's about to be soup season. As far as these little guys right here, it's
Yeah, we leave those a little longer.
a little longer. Yeah, I'm glad you said that. I'm a big fan of those too. Do you trim your own beard?
No. Oh my gosh.
I'm a trained professional. I've got really good tools, and I still am so.
Trim your cheek lines?
I mean, but I do the real like kind of far away. Just to, if I mess it up, like not messing it up. No, man, it's
Dad, you don't trim your cheek lines?
My what?
Your cheek lines.
these guys right here.
Oh, that. I shave those. Yeah, okay, trim them. I shave. Get the,
I'm trying to tell him he's got to go higher. He always drops it.
I'm gonna have to agree. Yeah, if it's growing naturally here.
yeah, but it's real sparse. It's not.
I see. I see.
Yeah, it looks fine. You just got to let it go.
Yeah, as long as it's kind of getting to the corner of your lip, that's you're in good shape.
Is that your boy?
It is, yeah.
Yep.
And he knows it.
How old is he?
He is 3.5. And I hope you have candy in your pocket, man, because they'll come looking for it.
When are you going to start training him on hair cutting?
First things first, he's gonna learn how to pick up a broom.
There you go.
If it weren't so big, he'd be doing it right now. But that guy's yeah, it's a valiant effort, but he ends up just pushing the hair, spreading it out more than actually sweeping it.
This is real royal treatment here.
We try our best. It's
This is everything you could dream of with your haircut.
yeah, we give mediocre haircuts, but the hot towel is the part that they come back for. How's this looking? I should probably get your approval on it.
Yeah.
Great.
Wonderful.
Like it. I like it like
Excellent.
that. Short and long. Yeah.
That was a nice short and long. Yes, it's a killer combo right there. Since we already cleaned up your cheeks, I'm gonna go and just get this neck nice and tight.
I want to get my wife to get me this haircut as a birthday present every year.
Absolutely. It's already 2 today. think you're just making me nervous. With that confidence. I'm sandwiched in between, got Eric and then Drew the Destroyer. I've got no chance, man. This is one of the services I enjoy most when I barber, because just really get to focus and stay quiet, even though I'm talking right now. It's just I feel like it's relaxing for the client and me. How's that looking, Bob?
Yeah. All right. Neat. Okay.
Sometimes
Yeah.
sometimes I know him every once in a while.
No, this is real treat today.
Well, fellas, this is goodbye. Possibly, perhaps. Not really going to show up on this channel anymore. I'm over on Beardbrand Alliance. That's where all of our grooming and self-improvement videos are going. If you dig those videos, head on over there. Otherwise, just stick around and watch more barbershop videos.